The iOS 14 beta download brings us the first taste of Apple's next-gen mobile operating system for the iPhone. Apple presented some of the new iPhone software features during the WWDC 2020 keynote, including a few notable design and functionality changes. Some of the features Apple just introduced are already available on Android. Every year, Apple and Google take features from each other's mobile operating systems, attempting to close the gaps between iOS and Android. Every summer, we get to witness the same dance in the mobile landscape. Google and Apple unveil the newest operating systems and introduce plenty of features that were already available on the competing platform. We may be living in the age of the novel coronavirus when tech events aren't what they used to be. But Android 11 and iOS 14 are here, relatively on time, and they respect the same tradition. Android 11 includes several features that were available on iPhone before making their way to Google's operating system. In turn, iOS 14 takes some software concepts that are already found either in Google's version of Android or in the Android software made by other smartphone vendors. In what follows, we'll highlight all the iOS 14 features that are already available on Android. Widgets on any screen. I've never been a fan of widgets, but plenty of people have been asking for this one. Now, Apple finally supports home screen widgets. You can add a variety of widgets to any screen and customize their designs accordingly. iOS 14, widgets on home screen. Image source, Apple Inc. Picture-in-picture support. Speaking of things that you can move around and resize on the screen, the iPhone now supports picture-in-picture video too. It's been available in Android for a few years, but also on iPad. iOS 14, picture-in-picture support. Image source, Apple Inc. App Library. App Library is a new way app shortcuts are collected on iPhone. Apple adds the library at the end of your home screens and auto-categorizes apps in folders. It's a place where you go to find any of the apps on your phone with ease, and you can scroll through the list of apps in a way that will remind you of Android's app drawer. iOS 14, App Library feature. Image source, Apple Inc. App Clips. Android fans will easily recognize this one as well. App Clips offers quick access to a key part of an app when you need it. You don't even have to have the app installed for this particular functionality to work. Google introduced this concept a few years ago with its instant apps, but it has yet to perfect it. Time will tell if App Clips will be more successful. iOS 14, App Clips. Image source, Apple Inc. New defaults for email and browser apps. Android has always been more open than iOS, which means users have been able to set default apps for years. iOS 14 brings support for choosing email and browser defaults. Over on Android, you have even more freedom. iPadOS 14, new defaults for email and browser.